Hey everybody, I'm back to read an excerpt from The Hostage. Last time we read, I know I told y'all I skipped one, so we're back with this one. I'm going to read just the first chapter because last time I thought the first chapter wasn't enough and it went very long, so we're just going to read one chapter of this one. It's already available. You can grab it at Amazon. I haven't checked any of the other retailers, so it might be available there, but you can grab it on Amazon, Kindle, hardcover, or paperback. So I'm going to read y'all chapter 1 of The Hostage. And chapter 1 is called, if the pages will turn, Becoming a Hostage. Okay. Hadley Ellis, an event planner for a local PR firm in Tampa, Florida, stood in line at the bank closest to her office. She was waiting to make the company's deposits when the unexpected happened. Hadley was off in her own world, imagining how the decorations for her next event would look when she heard a man's voice consume the bank's lobby. "Excuse me," the man's voice boomed. "No alarms, no calls, please. Just place the cash in these bags and I'll be out of your way just as quickly as I appeared," he announced as he moved across the teller line. The man's eyes caught Hadley's as she found herself looking at the criminal, unable to look away. She knew she wasn't quick enough, and he'd definitely noticed her staring. She noticed him almost instantly, even before he announced his intentions. The man had well-kept hair, graying but mostly white, paired with dark hazel eyes. He was in excellent shape and undeniably attractive. I know y'all see a theme, there's always a love story. Sorry, that's my thing. He continued his work as the sounds of sirens grew near. The cops were surrounding the building. As he neared the exit, he grabbed Hadley and dragged her with him out of the door. She was a hostage, and she truly wasn't sure if she felt frightened or excited, or a mix of both. She was ashamed of the part of her that felt thrilled by this development. "Don't make any moves or I'll be forced to kill this young woman," the man shared as he backed out of the bank with his arm wrapped tightly around Hadley's waist as he took over a random car on the street. She noticed how the man tossed a highlighter to the security guard as he moved them out of the main doors. "In case you need to highlight something," he'd said. Her mind was racing with thoughts, with the primary one being, did this man just rob a bank by simply using a magic marker? Hadley's thoughts were busy before he chose to take her as a hostage, but once she was on her way out the door with him, it was moving into warp speed or overdrive. She wasn't sure which. "What are you going to do with me?" she asked as he peeled out of the spot and raced away from the downtown area of the small town. The man turned to face her as he replied, "I'm not sure yet. Hold on tight," he instructed. "Who are you?" Hadley finally asked once the bank robber stopped the car and forcibly dragged her into a cabin on some lake nearby her home city. Her tone was filled with fear, but a part of her was intrigued and even a little bit exhilarated by the prospect of her new circumstances. The man stopped what he was doing and turned to face her. "My name is Q Quigley. My friends call me Q," he began, no longer concerned about how much this woman knew. "I recently broke out of prison and I need money, hence the bank robbery. You were simply an added bonus, even if I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with you yet. What's your name, sweetheart?" he asked, his New York accent evident as he spoke to her for the first time since the bank robbery. She took a deep breath, trying to suck in all her fear and mask it with bravado as she answered. "I'm Hadley Ellis," was all she could muster. "What do you do, Hadley Ellis?" Joe asked as he began turning on the grill on the deck while preparing a piece of steak at the same time. Hadley inhaled another deep breath, trying desperately to calm herself. "I'm an event planner for a company downtown. I was at the bank to make our deposits for the month," she shared as he passed her a glass of wine, which she gratefully accepted. She took a long sip from the glass as she watched Joe place the steak onto the grill before his eyes found hers once again. He had a knack for locking eye contact with her. "What kind of events do you plan?" he asked. His tone gave away his genuine curiosity. Hadley placed her glass on the table as she replied, "All kinds. My firm does everything from birthday parties to weddings. We've never done a bank robbery, but if you want, we can try," she added at the end, in an attempt to lighten the tension weighing her down. Joe couldn't help but let out a small chuckle at her offer. "I'll try and keep that in mind for my future endeavors. How do you like your steak?" he questioned, changing the subject. "Medium," she answered quickly. Joe finished cooking their meal while they sat in silence. Their chemistry couldn't be denied, though. Each found themselves getting caught staring at the other as the evening passed by, but neither wanted to be the first one to make a statement about it. Especially Hadley. She was a hostage, for goodness sake. "Unfortunately," Joe began as the night fell, "there's only one bed here. I'm happy to take the couch, since you've had a difficult day already, he offered, with a gentle smile crossing his lips. Hadley shook her head. Nonsense. I bet we can just put extra pillows between us and share the bed. If that's all right with you, she countered, her tone moving quickly from confident to sheepish within the few words she'd shared. I'm okay with it if you are, he responded as he stood from the sofa and started building a wall of pillows along the middle of the bed. Once he was done, he gestured for Hadley to inspect his work. Will this work? He questioned, a warm smile on his face. Hadley took a look at his handiwork before she responded. This should be just fine. She quickly climbed under the covers on the side of the bed closest to her. Good night, she added quickly, as she closed her eyes, not even sure she was ready to sleep. A chuckle rumbled in Joe's chest as he got under the covers on his side. Night. You're going to be an adventure all your own, he added. I can tell. Second chapter is A Willing Accomplice, ? So if you want to know more, go ahead and grab it on Amazon and keep reading. Maybe I'll put a little promotion up again like I did with Magic City Murders. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good rest of the night, and until I read the one, I think that's the title. Sorry, y'all. Good night.